Yo, today we'll be talking about a 5-day fast that I am going to be doing along with a couple of other busy dads inside the Fit Fatherhood group. Why are we doing it? Why am I doing it? Why are some of the other dads doing it? What does it actually entail? Can you even do a 5-day fast? What the heck? Not eating for 5 days? Yes, it's possible. As a matter of fact, historically, going back, a couple hundred years, humans went days without eating food. When we were hunter gatherers, it would take time to go find the food, to source it for our bodies to eat. And then we'd eat a bunch of food all at one time, satiate ourselves, and then repeat that cycle. But with the availability of food, easy access to going to get food at the grocery stores, having a refrigerator that I can walk to and pull food out at any time, that has gone the wayside. Now, there are a lot of benefits to fasting. Weight, of course, if you're trying to lose weight, obviously, if you stop eating food, your body is going to start using the stored energy that you have in it, fat, to give you energy for the day. You will get into a state of ketosis where your body starts using your fat cells to give you energy. And so you will burn fat once you pass a certain, typically about 24 hours point of having not eaten. You also start, and I'm not 100% how to say the word autophagy, auto, like automobile, Phagy, autophagy, which is on a cellular level, your body begins to repair itself. This is typically happens after the 24-hour mark, but is most prevalent once we pass the 72-hour mark. Now, this is where your body really starts to heal. For me personally, I've done 2 now. This will be the third 5-day fast that I've done. I noticed clearing up of sinuses. I kind of always have a sinus congestion, just a little kind of a thing going on. I don't know if you could hear that, but the disgusting that Brittany always is saying, stop doing that. I do it almost subconsciously at this point. I noticed about the 48-hour mark that clears up. I have this weird skin condition. The VA says it's eczema, but we have our doubts about that. That I got ever since came back from Iraq. I've had this weird little skin condition, and it appears and reappears or disappears once or twice a year. The last time I did this 5-day fast, I was in the midst of it. I get it on my upper arm here, just a little patch. I had a little bit on my hand. Gone 2 days into the fast. This is telling me, anecdotally, that this fast is doing something. It's working. It's also telling me that there is something in my diet that is causing these issues. Because once I release myself from this food that I'm eating, it is going away. So those are the couple benefits for me. There is a mental clarity benefit that comes along about the 48-hour mark. You start to get this weird focus. It's kind of unexplainable for me. Why all of a sudden you get this focus when you haven't eaten in 48 hours? Man, I should be hungry. I should be exhausted and just lethargic and blah. But once you pass that day 2 and you get into day 3, day 4, you get this focus, you get this clarity, you get this weird burst of energy coming into your day. Now, those are some of the reasons that I'm doing it. I'm doing it a little bit more for the mental, for the healing aspect. And I'm also doing it for what I will be doing coming out of it, which I will talk about in a second. The coming out of it portion is important. We can't just go 5 days without eating and then all of a sudden start eating bacon and a bunch of stuff. You definitely don't want to just go back to eating garbage food. Which if you're interested in the nutrition aspect of things, that's another topic that I don't really want to get into too much here. Some of the other dads that are doing this are really just doing it for weight reasons. I want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever, really fast. You are going to lose weight. that is a side benefit for me. I'm not really interested. I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at weight wise. There's always a little bit of that I could use to lose, but it is what it is. That's not that's not a super important thing for me. I'm important in the healing. That's I'm interested in the healing benefits, the mental focus and mental clarity benefits. Now, some of the drawbacks and issues, things to be aware of going into a 5-day fast. You are going to be tired for the first couple days. We need to be very aware of the energy that we are expending out because, especially if this is your first time doing it, you are not fueling your body. Your body is fueling itself. Okay. So we have to be aware of not doing super high intensity activity. I'm a big proponent of doing high intensity interval training in the mornings. That fuels my day. I ease off on that when I'm in this 5-day fast, just because I need to be very aware of the energy that I'm burning and I need to make sure that I'm spending it in the places that I want to be and need to be spending it. That is why we're starting this on Friday, next Friday, July 11th. So the last meal that I eat and the other dads that are coming along will be July 10th, Thursday. We were going to eat dinner. If you eat dinner, you're going to eat dinner. And then Friday morning, you get up and you're not eating anything else. Okay. Those first day, 2, 3 days, once you get to the 72-hour mark, that's when the energy, at least that I notice, kind of starts to come. Those first couple days are tough. Mentally, a little lethargy. And so that's why we're starting it on a Friday, because Friday's kind of easy. It's more of a mental thing than it is an energy thing. You still have all that fuel that you've just given yourself from the past couple days that your body's going to feed off of. But then Saturday, at least I noticed the past couple times that I did it, a little just drained. Sunday, a little bit just drained. So I'm giving myself Saturday and Sunday. Now, what also is happening on Saturday, Sunday, because we don't have the workload. Now, you have to adjust this if you work a weekend shift. You might not come along for the ride that we're going on, but we're also getting into a meditative, grateful. I have some prompts and things that we're going to journal about and think about and meditate over the things that we're giving ourselves nutritionally that don't serve us, but also all the other things that don't serve us. So this is a journey that we're going on, not just from the physical side of things, but from the mental and the spiritual. Okay, prayer is a big part of this, for me at least. And journaling and meditating and all that, I want to receive as much as I can when I'm not giving my body food. There's other things that start to come in and replenish. Okay, so those are some things to be aware of on the first couple days, is just give yourself grace here. Don't overplan your weekend. Don't overplan activities, especially activities that are going to expend energy. You're going to need to expend a bunch of energy. Okay, now coming out of the fast, we need to be very, very careful coming out of the fast. I don't want to. Like I mentioned early on, we're not just going to eat whatever coming out of the fast. Our body has not had any food for the past 5 days. Our stomach is completely empty. If we just go sit down and have a big glorious meal, there's a good chance that we're going to upset our stomach. Okay, so we want to think very, very light foods, yogurt, a very clean, healthy, organic, full fat yogurt, maybe an egg, maybe a slice of really, really good quality bread, but just very light things. Now, one of the things that I want to do that I'm putting together, I haven't honed it in exactly yet, is a ChatGPT prompt. So ChatGPT can act as a guide, act as a resource, act as a note taker, a journaler for you. So every morning, every evening, we're going to come into our ChatGPT conversation, that prompt that I give us, that I'm doing myself as well, and tell it what we're feeling. Hey, how am I feeling this morning? How did I sleep last night? How, at the end of the day, what was my energy levels throughout the day? What was my hunger levels? How was I feeling there? So if we do decide to do a future one, now I have a database, a data points of how I felt on the prior one. Now, this is also allowing us to go, hey, ChatGPT, I've got this tea that I would like to drink. This is water, but I've got this tea I'm interested in drinking. Will this specific tea mess with my autophagy? As I mentioned, autophagy is a big reason why I'm doing it. So I'm going to use ChatGPT, and that's why I'm building out this prompt for you guys as well. So you can use it as a resource to say, is this going to mess with my 5-day fast? I'm going completely pure, water and whole organic tea. That's all I'm drinking. And it is a liquid fast for me. If you have any questions, by the way, I should have mentioned this. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, and I'll do my best to address them. You can do bone broth, chicken broth, beef broth. I'm choosing not to. That should not mess with the fast, is from my research in it. Should not mess with the fast. But coming out of it, for me, so I did the first 5-day fast I had kombucha. I used honey in my tea. I had these weird energy spikes and dips that I wasn't a big fan of. So I went completely water and organic tea last time. There were a couple points where I was like, ooh, let me try this tea. And I put it into ChatGPT before I brewed it. And ChatGPT was like, no. That one's not organic. That one has potentially some added sugars in it. Steer clear of that. So this is a choose your own adventure kind of fast. And we can talk about that individually as we go down that if you would like. But coming out of the fast, we're going to be very careful. Personally, for me, I'm going to go an elimination diet coming out of the fast Wednesday when I come out. I'm going to start maybe for a day or two only eating one thing and see how my body reacts to it. If all of a sudden I start to get the sinus congestion going or like weird energy levels, because I'm trying to self-diagnose what this problem is, because nobody's been able to figure it out for me. And so it's up to me. I know my body best. You know your body best. You can go to your doctor, but most doctors just want to give us a pill. That's another topic we're not going to talk about right now. So if you're interested in coming along, we're just doing this as a group. This is just a fun thing. You don't even actually have to be a dad to come along and do this with us. It's just something that we're going to do together. So we're kind of all in it with each other. And I do want to specify this ChatGPT prompt it's not a doctor. ChatGPT can never, and Google and all those other things should never replace true medical advice. So if anywhere along your journey, if you're feeling like, man, I'm woozy and I just can't get out of this, you might need to revert. Okay. But just know that wooziness, tired, lethargy, they pass with time. You just need to give yourself grace. I know we're busy. I know we've got careers, we've got businesses we're running, we've got families that we're responsible for keeping up. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're starting it on the weekend, is because those first couple days are typically the most difficult. So I'm excited to have you guys come along with me. I will be sharing this inside the Facebook group. I will be sharing this with anybody who has expressed interest. That way we can kind of all get on the same page. If you want the prompt for ChatGPT, make sure you reach out to me on Facebook, on Instagram. If you have my cell phone number, you know that my text messaging response time is very slow. So the Facebook Messenger and the Instagram are typically best for me. But however you and I connect, do so. I will share the prompt as I get it honed out. There you go.